4 years after breaking her neck in a horrific mishap in the velodrome, Australian cyclist Anna Meares has written a new chapter in the story of her extraordinary comeback. In 2008 in Los Angeles, the Queenslander collided with another cyclist, hit the track and fractured vertebrae near the base of her skull. She returned to Australia in a wheelchair, uncertain if she'd ever ride again. She went on to win a silver medal at the Beijing Olympics later that year. And last night she smashed the world record in the 500 metres time trial, claiming her 10th world title and putting her on track for gold in London in July. I spoke to Anna Meares earlier today. Anna Meares, you've come a long way from the days back in Queensland when you and your sister used to do a 600-kilometre round trip to get to the nearest cycling club to compete.
Yeah, you could say that. Those trips were long and arduous on occasions, and Kerry and I and my parents were often trying to be creative and create games to make the time pass. So I've gone from a 3-hour trip each way every weekend to catching a plane around the world now and representing Australia. It's certainly a big change.
How would you rate your performance in these World Championships?
Now that I've finished and I've given myself a chance to step back and have a look with a little bit of perspective, I'm really pleased with the level of consistency that I've been able to perform with over 5 days of really high quality, high intense competition, and to be able to medal in all 4 events that I contested with 2 gold medals, a bronze and a silver, and 2 world records as well. I'm really pleased.
You had a disappointing result in the sprint. You were clearly upset. How do you get yourself back in the right frame of mind after something like that?
It's difficult, but for me, I had to allow myself to feel disappointed. I could have tried to bury all those emotions and feelings in a deep, dark corner of my body somewhere and not dealt with it, but I think had I have done that, it would have affected my performance the next day in the Keirin, and I would have been even more disappointed in myself if I allowed that to happen. So I lent on the people around me and my coach, Gary West, and the support staff from the Australian Institute of Sport, and I lent on my husband as well. Sometimes it just takes a hug and some positive reinforcement from those people around you to stop you from beating yourself up a little bit and realise that it's a bike race in the end. And I just got beat and made a mistake, which is probably what frustrated me the most. But in the end, I wanted to be able to walk away proud from how I rode in the Keirin, and I was determined not to let my emotions affect that result.
There's been a lot of talk about you and British rider Victoria Pendleton. One report describes it as a love-hate relationship. Another one says you haven't spoken in 5 years. What do you make of these reports?
It's interesting. It's quite funny to see people's opinion on it. That is sometimes so far-fetched that I don't know where it comes from. But, Victoria and I do have a rivalry. It's a great one. She's been the best, and she's been the best for a long time, so she's been a big target for me and a big motivating factor as well.
You won silver in Beijing just 7 months after that shocking accident in which you suffered a broken neck. How did the battle to recover from that change you?
I think in any experience like that, you're challenged, and when you're challenged, you learn a lot about yourself, and you have a greater appreciation for life and what's in your life and the people who are in your life. And I think with getting older as well and having that experience, I've become a lot calmer and a lot more relaxed and a lot more direct about what I'm doing. And I'm able to apply myself in a manner that's very different on a daily basis to what I did before Beijing. And perhaps being older is allowing me to take a step back and just enjoy the moments that I'm experiencing in my career now, whereas before it was just such a blur and such a whirlwind, and the noise and the crowd and the cameras and the moments of achievement were, I think not really taken in, and I'm giving myself time to really have that mental picture taken so that I can revisit it any time I like in the rest of my life.
There have been hints that you might retire after these Olympics. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here, but have you thought about life after competitive cycling?
Yeah, I have thought about life after competitive cycling, and I don't know when that's going to be. I don't want to spend too much time thinking about what I'm going to do after London, because it takes so much focus and so much energy to prepare and to get to London, that I think what I'm going to do is do the same thing as I did after the Beijing Olympics, is just take a step away from the sport and take a break and enjoy life and the things that I've sacrificed, and time spent with family and friends, and being able to participate in different sports without fear of injury, being able to go and eat things that I normally wouldn't eat, and allow myself to feel ready to make a decision as to whether I want to continue on another 4-year cycle or not. And I'm the sort of person that if I make a decision, I stick to it. I just want to ensure that I make the right one, and whichever way I'll go, I'll let you know after London.
I understand you're going to have a bit of a break now, a short holiday. What are you looking forward to?
Doing nothing. That's what I'm looking forward to, just stopping. My body's starting to break down, my throat's sore, my nose is blocked, the body's crying out for a rest, and I've got a week before I start back serious training again in the lead up to the games, so I'm going to spend some time in the garden, I'm going to walk the dog, I'm going to put the feet up and catch them on all the TV shows that I've missed while I'm away, and have lunch with Mark while he's off working hard and I'm at home having a week off, so I'm just looking forward to stopping actually.
Well, enjoy the break, good luck, and thanks for speaking to us.
No worries, thank you.